Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast. Your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and me trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in Nashville. I'm your host, JC, and resident Titans fan. Disappointed resident Titans fan. Yeah. Joining me this week are...
Hesitating.
We've broken him.
45 episodes strong. COVID or not, chicken wing. Let's go.
This is Nori, who was part of co-superheroes for defending our fantasy league from tyranny, from evil, from the bad Edwards, from the bad Yang, for I will be facing Yin in the championship.
Let's ride.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Bucks fan and resident Titans Grinch, Rob.
Wow. Yeah, didn't take long.
Nope.
See you.
Good evening. This is Yin, aka DJ, Cowboys fan. Got a chance to take in the Titans game. I guess I should call it the Houston Texans game because that's what it looked like for the majority of the game. Fuck Mike.
Doesn't end.
It's a wonderful thing that there's no chance for him to win in fantasy football. So everything is working out great.
But the title stays in the Edwards name if DJ wins.
No. You don't get to claim that shit.
No. Definitely going in DJ's name.
No.
Yeah, I'll be damned if you get to ride my coattails.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm not riding your coattails. All right, bitch.
He's
I'm
been
just
riding
saying.
your coattails his whole life, DJ. That's pretty much how it's going to. Yeah.
Well, we talked about this before. Okay,
Yeah.
we talked about this. That's the story of his life, losing to me. So it's all good.
And what, bitch? You know what?
Yeah, so for those wondering, we are in a fantasy league. The championship is coming down this week to DJ and Nori. DJ had the 1 seed in the league. Nori had the 3 seed. DJ right now, according to Yahoo, is projected to win by 0.27 points in that championship matchup. Meanwhile,
someone sneezes.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, Chicken Wing, though, is in the consolation championship trying to claim the number 1 draft pick for next season. So
Just so you know, because I'm ahead of you regardless, JC, Derrick Henry's off the table. So, Merry
That's
Christmas.
fine. I wouldn't take Derrick Henry next year over anybody. The way he played this year, no.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
Let him have the number 1 pick and still lose, JC. It'll be more satisfying.
yeah, it's true.
Just start Zach Wilson as your quarterback. Let him have it.
If Zach Wilson's on a team,
Hey,
I kind of.
I mean, except I was number 1.
want to guarantee you lose a match.
All right.
Yeah, you start Zach Wilson.
I'm
You
just
want to
saying.
guarantee
oh
loss.
my lord,
You start him.
Do it.
there's a lot to talk about as far as like firings, quarterback carousels, quarterback controversies, retirements, free agent signings that were and now there are not. Before we get into jumping all that shit, let's talk about how Week 16 went. Sadly for me, I don't really want to talk too much about it, but at least as far as our picks go, myself, Rob, Chicken Wing, and DJ all went 11-5, while Nori went 10-6.
Stupid.
Yep.
I mean,
and this was close for a bit. It looked like it was gonna fall away, and then how these games go down, how some of these surprises went, it was just insane. But let's kind of start our usual way, talking about the previous week. Any picks we regret, any surprises, anything else you want to add, because this was a wild one, Christmas weekend. Rob, we'll start with you. What do you got on the week?
last week, picks I regret.
Yeah.
Can we? Can I get the Baltimore pick back?
Because you took Atlanta?
I took Atlanta. Yeah, I was like, why is not playing? Yeah. Surprise. With how much Nori has been downplaying New York recently, how well they actually did against Minnesota, like coming out just barely missing it at the very end there in overtime. Overtime?
No, it would have been overtime, but Minnesota.
Very end of regulation, but like 3 points and coming down to a 61-yard kick. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Minnesota has a kicker and Tennessee doesn't. It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
What if
Oh,
when it rains, it
oh,
pours?
it's not my turn. I apologize. I'll stop.
You really want to ask the Vikings about a kicker when they have that nightmare history of so who didn't miss all season?
Finkel?
Until
No,
Yeah.
was it Anderson? Right?
Nice.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We're not talking about the Vikings.
okay.
All right, but that's it. Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Pick I regret. I don't think there is one that I regret. No, what I know. The one that surprised me the most, though, has been Carolina. I'm not so much surprised, but more impressed about how much better they are playing now with an interim coach. And who knew? All you had to do is get rid of Baker Mayfield, and you're going to start winning. And now the team that had the first coaching firing of the season still has a shot at the playoffs. Crazy, right? Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
Hell of a surprise by that, and shout out to Green Bay. I mean, I don't know if it's more Green Bay or Miami just collapsing, but the Packers are still in it somehow and are making a push at the right time. Those are really what stuck out to me. I really thought the Giants had it too. So,
They had to, you know what? Listen,
Yeah.
as much as I was annoying, they had to break a record to beat us. You know, a Vikings kicker had to make it in clutch to win, which doesn't
Crazy,
happen.
right?
It was an act of God. So
Yeah.
like we hung in there with one of the best teams in football. So I really like how we played. We, Justin Jefferson kind of ran all over us, which I thought would happen, but it was close. It wasn't a blowout. It was very, very close, and it was a very winnable game. And I hope we see them again.
let me kind of paint a picture for you on how I was watching all these games.
Go for it.
I was
Also.
in Laredo for Christmas weekend. Christmas Eve, I had gotten in touch with some of Tina's cousins who... Here's the thing. So her cousins, they have 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and they're all fans of different teams. How that happened is crazy. One sister is a Cowboys fan. The other one is a Texans fan.
Nice.
And the 2 brothers, one is a Packers fan and one is a Vikings fan.
The Vikings.
Yeah. So
Yeah, house
we're all
divided.
together watching these games on Christmas
that's
Eve.
definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy family dynamic, right? And when the Vikings are lining up for that field goal, I look at Dave. That's his name. I was like, he's not Justin Tucker. There's no fucking way he's making that, right? It's like over 60 yards. You trust a Vikings kicker? He hit it, And I look, I was like, well, thank God your stadium's indoors, bro, because But that was a hell of a game. Don't even want to talk about. I really can we just fire offensive coordinator because I hated that day.
Modem.
Yeah, sure. Fire everybody.
Fire
Yeah,
the
sure.
Titans
Yeah.
offensive coordinator. Jesus.
It'd be cool if he took over as the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
No, that's cool. We don't need that.
Modem.
We don't need that.
He's doing a good
Maybe,
No,
right?
we don't need that.
Great.
Yeah,
He's
for that
got a
game
good
to
job.
start,
No, he doesn't need that.
for that game to start an
No,
hour
we're good.
late and then just in a way be a game that everybody was watching before they switched over to the late afternoon games was like, oh, really? Jesus.
Yeah.
So
I was like, well, shit, there's nothing else on. Let me just watch this. Oh, no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
not fun at all. So there I
Oh.
am watching it with Tina's cousin who is a Texans fan, and yeah, I was like, oh, congratulations, this was your Super Bowl, So, anyway, she was more concerned about Dallas losing. She's more of a Cowboys hater too than that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Chicken Wing, your thoughts on the week?
I'm just more shocked that JC didn't say that the Houston game he regret picking. I don't know. That's just me. The biggest shock for me was I think DJ said it. The Carolina game, on just how bad they beat on Detroit. And sorry guys. All right, my bad. Yeah.
Dying.
Shut up, Ho. Yeah, that game was probably like the most surprising for me. Every other game that I picked, I don't have any regrets for those picks. Not at all.
All right, DJ, what about you?
Well, Mike, I appreciate your take on this and, saying that you think I said something. I hadn't had my turn yet. But I appreciate the fact that you thought I said that.
I mean,
I
you tried
did.
it a couple times. I think
Well,
that's
thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about it, Mike. Okay, take a nap. You're good. So first and foremost, let's just talk really, really briefly about what Houston did to Tennessee. Just really, really quick.
Merry Christmas.
Really quick. Really quick. Merry Christmas, JC. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. I don't know. I can't say I was surprised by that, only because Houston always plays Tennessee tough. Like they may not do shit the whole season, but then they play Tennessee and it's like, oh yeah, it's a Super Bowl, so then they play. So I'm not surprised that happened. I did pick Tennessee to win, but having Houston win the game, not shocking. I'm really looking forward to when y'all play the Jags though, because everything's on the line. If
I like how DJ saying this with his chest out, like they didn't almost beat Dallas. Go on, King.
well, you have almost, then you have actually losing.
It's
It's a big difference, buddy. Okay, we needed a 98-yard drive, less than a minute left to win the game, but we won. Tennessee didn't pull that off.
Win's a win.
Win is a win. Win is definitely a win.
Yeah, and Carolina's a surprise. I don't know where this came from, but they're playing really good ball, and now they can potentially win the NFC South. I mean, the South is not a great division anyway, but they've got a chance to win it and take that from Tampa. So I was very, very surprised by that and how well they played. I really thought the Lions were going to blow them out, or at least it would be end up being a shootout because the Lions don't really play defense. But we saw what happened.
What's a defense?
Other than that, I was surprised that the Vikings kicker actually made a 61-yard field goal. I saw them line up and I said, yeah, this is a miss because it's Minnesota. But he made it, so congratulations. You pulled that off.
Yep.
Other than that, no, everything else was good.
All right, and Nori.
Looking back, I knowing what I know, I don't have like a regret pick. I obviously have a surprise pick. Like, I find it fucking hilarious that even though it was a coin flip game, the Steelers somehow beat the Raiders. Like, the Raiders are healthier. They have an actual starting quarterback, and I don't understand how you still find a way to lose. And it just, I always keep surprising myself that, what did I say, guys? What did I fucking say? I'm picking the Raiders to pick the Steelers, right? Did I not tell you that?
Yep.
I told you all. If I'm picking the Raiders, pick somebody else.
Sure did.
If you pick the Raiders and you lost, you deserve it. So, yeah, no, surprise picks. Obviously, surprise Texans won. Like, we were all cheering for them, of course, because it's hilarious. But
no, it was not very funny.
Okay, yeah, the biggest surprise, honestly, the whole week was the Lions getting just routed by the Panthers, who don't have a quarterback that I don't even know of.
No. No.
They won they won that running back. I think they won that. Correction, I don't say they won that trade, but I think it was a rare trade where both teams really benefited. And Matt Rule was obviously a super lame duck. And I really hope Steve Wilkes gets the head coaching job because he's proved he deserves it.
They almost made the playoffs.
They've still got
Still
a
in
shot. So
They're still in it?
yeah,
They still got a shot.
this week's game is going to be huge. We're going to talk all about it too. So, that's week 16. And what was most surprising, though, was it really Carolina over Detroit, or was it the way the Rams put up points on Denver?
Carolina over Detroit because
You know what?
Trash. We know that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that. Hold on. Yeah. My God, that game was so bad I forgot it happened. I literally blanked it out of my memory. Like, that's 51 points on that really good Broncos defense. Like, I know their offense is inept, but that's bad. That's really fucking bad.
They gave up. That's what that is. They
quit
in
the coach. Yeah, they quit in the coach.
Yeah, I stopped following the score of that game when it was 34-6, and I was like, oh, okay, well, at least Nickelodeon got a lot of slime time, right? And then they got even more on top of that, and then Russell Wilson ties the number of bathrooms in his house with a garbage time touchdown pass. Yeah, so it's 12-12, but rumor has it, though, they were getting an outhouse put in, so it's now 13 bathrooms at his house now. No,
wow.
Yeah. But it is, even on the season, 12 bathrooms, 12 touchdown passes for Russell Wilson, not including any that he threw to the other team. But this is going to be kind of the joke for every Broncos season where Russell Wilson is there. How long is it going to take him to to surpass that. And the guy that really started this on TikTok, like, somebody commented like, "Did you really think it was going to go on this long?" And he replied back like, "No, not at all." And it just became like a running thing. Who knew this was going to run into week 16 of the season when he finally matched the number of bathrooms in his house? So
Just sad too
Crazy.
because we know Russell Wilson is not. Is he declining? Yes. Is he this bad? Absolutely not. Like that team is way too talented, way too talented. And I thought they'd be in the playoffs.
well,
They're way
it's a
too
good
talented.
segue into our first sports news thing.
It's crazy.
Didn't make it a full season. Nathaniel Hackett done, out. Still had 2 games left on his first season as Broncos head coach, and the Broncos decided enough was enough and canned him. And the blowout loss probably had a lot to do with it, but just the videos of them fighting on the sidelines, of players fighting, players are frustrated. He's lost that team. There's no doubt about it. And
He never had that team.
yeah, so I'm very interested to see how the Broncos go about this. I really think so far the Broncos and Colts are going to be in a coaching search, because right now the Colts, I don't know how you keep Jeff Saturday. And the Panthers, as it stands right now, yes, Steve Wilkes deserves to have the interim tag just dropped and keep on as head coach for sure. So,
100% agreed. Yeah.
yep.
If they make the playoffs, there's I mean, how do you get rid of Steve Wilkes? Carolina was basically dead in the water, and now they can make the playoffs.
And I wanted to say that Carolina will still keep making stupid decisions, but you know what? Since this owner took over, I don't even think he's the one who hired Matt Rule. I think it was the previous owner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
I think so.
Well, yeah,
I think so.
his decisions. Look at that trade. Look how much better they've gotten. Steve Wilkes is like really good, really good, and you know what? Hey, I'll say it too. I love that. Despite the Rooney Rule arguably helping or not helping, I love seeing a black coach succeed.
For sure.
I'm sorry, I love that shit. It doesn't happen often enough in the NFL, so I love that, and I hope he gets hired.
I'm pretty sure he will. I mean, it was just whether they miss out on the playoffs by 1 game or not, especially if he wins this week against Tampa Bay, for sure. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We can talk about his win next week or something.
Yeah. Other surprising news. J.J. Watt, after the Cardinals game this past week, where they lost to Tampa, tweeted out it was his son's first home game, and it will be his own last home game. J.J. Watt sneakily announcing his retirement after the final 2 games of this season from the NFL. And wow, just shocker. I really thought he had a lot of years left. I don't know if this is more related to how bad the Cardinals have been this year, or if it's just him, he's ready to move on and be a dad and not want this to take so many years off of his life. So
no, I think it's the Cardinals being. I think he thought, which a lot of us thought, he was traded to a Super Bowl team, potential team.
Yeah.
And that's not.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's maybe he sees the rebuild coming. Maybe he's seeing a lot of the same stuff he saw in Houston. And I don't think the Cardinals are going to be willing to trade. I wonder if there's some news going to come out. He's made a trade request for the offseason and the Cardinals aren't going to honor it. And he says, okay, well, I'm done. Almost Barry Sanders-esque written all over it, right? So, but yeah, J.J. Watt, I've always respected him as a defender, but God, I hated him when he was in Houston. Because twice a year I had to deal with him. It just always impressive. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing though, because you feel like he has a lot of years left, and that's kind of been the big shock too. So, some other news there. I mean, surprise, after Thursday, the news has come out the Jets have lost faith in Zach Wilson.
What? No.
Are you kidding?
Hold on. I'm so fucking annoyed and stunned. I'm not even a Jets fan, but 4 imbeciles who run a fucking podcast that 7 people listen to in the fucking planet, right? We figured out immediately, some of us more than others, but Mike White, his first goddamn game was like legendary, fucking legendary, and his only second game that he was judged on was an elite defense of the Bills, and they carved him up. But literally, the guy just gets it right away. You put Zach Wilson out there, you put Joe Flacco out there, and you're getting fucking shit on. I don't understand how 4 morons who don't know anything about football, who pretend they do, figured fucking that out, and the Jets coaching staff couldn't. And now all of a sudden they're seeing what we saw. Oh yeah, this guy's pretty good. Yeah, Herb Derp. Like, he should have been starting day 1, and they'd be in the playoffs.
Easily. And but that's just what it is, man. They drafted this guy, what, number 2, right?
Number 2.
Was
I
it
get
2
you.
that year?
You want to get your investment.
Yeah, Zach Wilson was number 2.
Yeah.
But this is New York, and listen, if the Giants, a big reason that they quote unquote never gave up at Daniel, they didn't have a better option. If they would have had Mike White at the bench, you think Mike White wouldn't have started? Of course he would have. Of course he fucking would have.
Like there's a reason Mike White has a jersey and equipment in the Hall of Fame after just 1 game, right? Is that
He's a god.
setting? So.
He's a god. This is his planet. We're just living in it.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, let's just add this in there real quick. Mike White has the support of the locker room. That's huge.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the locker room does not, they can't stand Zach Wilson. They don't want him there.
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point, man. And honestly, like, how stupid are you as a quarterback? Any fucking even middle school quarterback will not score 3 points and then say, I didn't let the defense down. Like, are you kidding me? You had a bad game. Just own it.
Yeah. That's
I need to play better, and we need to play better as an offense. Blah blah blah. Do more good things. Actually need it, and go from there. But no, I was good. Everything's fine. I didn't let anybody down. What?
Bruh.
3 points for the whole game.
We watching
4
the same
quarters.
game? Like,
Yep.
4 quarters, 3 points, but you didn't let. Okay, cool. All right, just making sure I understand. Got it.
nah.
Cool.
Speaking of quarterbacks that are possibly on the way out too, the Raiders are benching Derek Carr for the final 2 games, and not on top of that, but they pretty much mutually agreed that this is going to be the last season they're going to part ways, and Derek Carr is stepping away from the team for the final 2 weeks of the season. Won't even be around anybody. So,
hey, didn't they bring Devontae Adams there to be with Derek Carr because they were in college together? Or am I making that up?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
pretty awesome.
That's that. Yeah.
Now,
Cool.
arguably,
Exactly.
the Raiders do still have a shot at the playoffs. If a few things fall into place and they get a couple of wins here, they have a chance. Not likely, but they have a chance. But obviously, I feel like with them still being technically in the hunt, if you will, this is more of a business move on the Raiders' end because there is a clause in Derek Carr's contract. If he gets injured, his $33 million for next season is guaranteed no matter what. And with the Niners and the Chiefs on the schedule to end of the year, makes sense.
Yeah, he's probably going to get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the Niners defense, that's it right there.
so
Forget the Chiefs for a second. The Niners defense, he's going to get hurt.
yeah, so the Raiders are done for the season, JC. Okay, let's not do that. Okay,
It is what it is.
Niners and Chiefs.
That's
It
just
is
saying.
what it is.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Even if we lost to them, the Chiefs. All right, GG's.
I mean, you never know.
Don't do that.
There is another
Okay.
scenario.
For
where
some
they
reason, the
can't-
Raiders play hard against the Chiefs. I don't know. I mean, it's a division game. I
The
get
funny
that,
thing
but-
is, the Raiders' backup
Fucking-
quarterback might actually be good, but the problem is he's up against 2 juggernaut teams. So
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
up against probably 2 Super Bowl picks. Like that's the problem.
I mean,
So
I
he's gonna
would
have to
say,
come out there like Purdy.
you know, I would say, you know, if the Raiders were against the Texans, but then again, they
They're
did
winners.
beat some. They are winners too. So
Texans are winners, yeah.
they are.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're like
Pile
kings of
on.
the South.
Pile on. Anybody know who the Raiders quarterback is going to be, by the way?
Schmitty.
Fuck if I know.
No, but I hope he's the next Mike White.
Jarrett
comes out there.
Stidham.
I hope he comes out there, dances in the 49ers, and throws 5 touchdowns.
That's fine with me.
Jarrett Stidham is his name. He was acquired in offseason.
Didn't Jared
from the
Stidham play
Patriots.
for the? Exactly. Yeah.
He just came from the Patriots in a trade. Yes.
Jarrett
Oh.
Stidham?
Yeah.
Stidham.
Dude, he sounds like he would sell me Herbalife.
Did
He
Probably
looks like he would sell you Herbalife too, honestly.
Holy shit.
My guess is he's better at that than playing football. We'll see.
We'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And the new backup for the Raiders will be Chase Garbers, an undrafted rookie free agent.
What the fuck is going on?
He played at Cal last season, by the way. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what we got.
Good luck. Good luck, Vegas.
I'm
you'll
just saying,
need
if they
it.
pull off a couple
A lot of
upsets and get in the playoffs, holy shit, Josh McDowell's gonna look like a fucking genius. So,
Okay, well,
Right.
let's
No, if you beat the
relax.
last
He's
two
not.
teams, if they beat the last two teams and actually get to the playoffs, then yeah, I'll be the first one to be like, all right, Josh McDaniels, you're not a complete fucking imbecile.
yeah.
You're still an imbecile, not a
Just the
complete imbecile.
majority.
Because then it becomes, why didn't you do this sooner?
Yeah.
So Josh McDaniels loses either way, and I'm totally okay with that.
That's
true. In the meantime, also quarterbacks, Tua Tagovailoa is going to be out again this week, back in concussion protocol. Miami is just collapsing before our eyes. I believe they went 0-4 in December. So
Tua out again?
Yeah.
Tua is out again. Yes. Teddy Bridgewater will get the start against the Patriots in New England this Sunday. So.
Easily manageable game. They can still win that.
Yeah, winnable.
We'll see.
But winnable. They may not win it, but it's winnable.
It's
It
winnable.
is definitely winnable. Now, whether they win or not.
Come on, guys. Is Mac
I mean,
Jones really the answer?
The Packers game was winnable. They just didn't, they didn't win it. But it was winnable, though.
Let's be honest. Is Mac Jones really the answer for New England? Come on. Come on.
I mean, it's something.
I mean, he's not the one that threw the lateral. He just took the stiff arm.
Right.
Yeah. Just saying.
Sorry, try not to die.
Yeah, okay, Mac Jones can't tackle. We got
Like
it.
he was in the
We're
getaway car that crashed into a stop sign, but nevertheless, he was in the car. So
He was in the car. I'm just saying. It's like every guy could have just went down and went to overtime, but for some stupid reason they all wanted the lateral. Like, what are y'all thinking? That's what blows my mind.
What were they thinking?
What blows my mind is that somebody didn't get cut because Belichick used to be tough. I mean, shit like that, you get cut, and nothing happened to anybody. That's what blew my mind.
Maybe he's still working out the language just to avoid his entire contract for that lateral. Who knows?
Right.
I thought I saw Mac Jones open. What? All right.
Yeah.
Final bit of news, and this is back to the baseball world, where it seems like every few days we're playing the game. Which team will find something wrong with Carlos Correa's physical next?
Yes.
When we
Yes.
when we had last recorded last week, what we knew was that the press conference was potentially on hold due to something the Giants found in the physical. Literally, when the episode uploaded the next morning, by that time that it uploaded, the Mets had signed Correa to a deal, 12 years, $315 million. And then again, or was it? Because now that's potentially on hold because the Mets are finding the same issue in their medical evaluation that the Giants did. And rumor has it that Correa's agent is talking to 3 more teams right now to work out a long-term deal. But as more and more teams are going to find out something potentially related to an injury he had in the minors in 2014, it's going to make his value less and less. That's really what is standing out. There's something in the physical. They haven't said exactly what, but rumor has it it's something that is giving teams pause from signing Correa to such a long-term deal, even though he is arguably one of the best shortstops in the game. So, anyone who thinks, first of all, who do they think will take the chance on Correa, and secondly, will he even sign a deal over 5 years? Given what has happened.
Over 5 years? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But what do I know? Yeah.
It's too much to gamble too, with what if 2 teams are finding something and this is related to an injury from 8 years ago. So something is alarming for sure. So, and this is surprising too because the Mets seem content to we're good, we'll take him, whatever. But $30 or $15 million over 8 years. This is the franchise that is still paying Bobby Bonilla for crying out loud. I don't think they want to take that chance. So
yeah, I like those guys.
The funny part is all these long-term deals getting signed. By the time all of them expire, the Mets will still be paying Bobby Bonilla. Just throw that out there. So
it's fantastic. I like it.
That sounds
greatest contract in history.
So when we record next week, we'll see what who potentially could be signing and medically evaluating Carlos Correa next. So, all right, on to week 17. The New Year's weekend featuring the last NFL game of 2022 and the first games of 2023. The pick order this week is Rob, JC, Chicken Wing, DJ, and Nori. And the final Thursday night game is a minority matchup, much anticipated for much of the year, up until the news has happened recently. So, yeah. It's DJ's Cowboys coming into Nashville to take on my Tennessee Titans. So, DJ and myself will be picking last on this one. It is a minority matchup. So, Rob, you're going first. Go ahead.
Wow, I'm gonna have to take the Cowboys.
Yeah, I figured. So,
because Grinch, and yeah.
Chicken Wing.
I think you're gonna be the only one picking Tennessee, so Dallas.
Yeah, it is minority matchup. We got to do this here. Nori.
I'm not going to win this pick-in league anyway. Go Titans. Tighten up. I'm picking Titans for the upset.
Thanks, dude.
Be the biggest Titans cheerleader here, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll pick the upset. I don't think Malik Willis is bad, and I don't think Dallas is playing for a lot, and I think they can get caught with their pants down because they've done this before.
All right. DJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas. Shockingly.
Shocking?
Yeah.
I mean,
not see that coming at
Dallas. I mean,
Didn't see that coming
Tennessee
at all.
is falling apart, and Derrick Henry may not even play. So I don't know what other offensive weapon is supposed to beat us.
That guy.
So, as some of
the
y'all
guy
may know, with
with
the
the
Southwest
jersey?
cancellations, my parents were in town for Christmas. They were supposed to fly back home to Phoenix. Well, they're going to be in town the rest of the week. So, I have my dad who's a Cowboys fan, my wife who's a Cowboys fan, and yes, after last week, it was basically said and done. It doesn't matter what happens this week. The AFC South will come down to the Week 18 matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville.
So sad.
So, for the bragging rights that belong in my marriage for the next 4 years, I really need my Titans to show up. It's like, you know what? We still got a chance to win this. They're talking on social media and in the press. The fans showing up in the cold. Now they got to back up what they're talking about. And then I get the news that Derrick Henry is doubtful for the game, which I get it. This game is meaningless. Save him for next week. There's a long shot that Tannehill comes back. But it can sum up my feelings about this game with one sound.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's the sound right there.
That's a better sound, Rob.
That's
Rob,
that's
that
how
was
I'm going to be that whole Thursday night.
If the Titans end up winning, all Tina's going to do is just eat gluten in front of you.
No, she's not that evil.
Just
Now,
thank
mind
for the
you,
ideas.
if you get some texts from a history teacher from Lanier, I have nothing to do with that, sir.
I'm blocking her number
Sure,
because it's bad enough that I might be hearing it from my wife. My dad's coming over to watch the game. I'll probably be hearing it from him. So, yeah. The bittersweet part of my parents' flight getting canceled is this: they'll be in town. I'll get to watch a game with my dad again. It just happens to be this one, Yeah. I'm gonna, since I'm still in the running here, I'm gonna be rooting hard for my Titans, but I am gonna be selecting Dallas when I click the name on this thing. So,
Wait, Derrick Henry's doubtful?
yes, he is.
Yeah.
I'm going to click on Cowboys. Save.
Man, save.
Who else is going to beat us?
Yeah,
That was my
with
only
a short
concern.
week and a hip, he's
like,
limited, doubtful.
Like,
It's a smart
Great.
play. Save him for the game that really, really matters, which is Week 18 against Jacksonville, when you're going to need him. So
Sure, this is
The
safe.
Sunday night game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be flex. I'm telling you.
it probably will be. I would be shocked if it isn't at this point. So it'll either be flexed to Sunday night or moved to Saturday national TV game, because yes, some of the games will get moved to the 7th of January next week. So. But that is how Prime Video will finish their first full season of Thursday Night Football, which for at least half of them, people wondered, man, they got some shit matchups, right? So,
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sunday early games, Arizona at Atlanta. Rob, we're starting with you. What you got?
Do I have to pick one of these teams? Like,
You kind
I
of
don't
do,
fucking
yeah.
know.
It's kind of how this works.
okay, well, I'm gonna pick Atlanta because what the hell does Arizona have left? Like, they don't have Kyler, they don't have. No.
They
Yeah.
still have J.J. Watt for 2 more games. So
Yeah, but you gotta score. So
yeah. And if J.J. Watt lines up a quarterback, watch out. I'm going with Atlanta for
this
this one.
season, I wouldn't doubt it at this point. Like,
You get nothing to lose, right?
Chicken Wing.
Atlanta.
This is crazy because there's 2 teams that are pretty much tanking away, right? DJ.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to go with Atlanta because the Cardinals are tanking harder than Atlanta is. I think
They know how to tank.
For sure.
that fair enough. Yeah, they do.
And Nori.
I'm 100% going with Atlanta.
All right. Next one is Detroit at home against Chicago. Now, I know the Lions got beat down by the Panthers, but with Detroit being favored by 5.5 and 93% on Yahoo picking the Lions, is anybody here going with the Bears to get a win in Detroit?
The Bears.
The Bears.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to hear a lot of this now. Because now it's Broncos country. Let's ride into Kansas City. When picking the Broncos as 13.5-point underdogs to beat Kansas City.
I pick them to cover.
They're not even going to cover the spread.
No, bro. They're not going to cover the
No.
spread. They're going to
not gonna
beat the
cover the fucking
bathroom
spread.
record, bro. This
Okay,
is the
we'll go with
game.
the
Do you
over.
think Wilson actually gets a touchdown pass to beat
He'll
them?
get one, bro.
He'll get one?
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Well,
I think without Hackett,
Yeah.
they're a lot better. They don't beat the Chiefs, but I think we might see the real Broncos come out.
Yeah.
Dude,
See?
what if they beat the Chiefs without Hackett?
That'd be pretty goddamn hilarious.
Well, then,
Well, hold
hey,
on.
we made the right
I'm saying
decision.
that.
We
I'm
fired
saying
this
that
guy, and now the Broncos
The
win.
Raiders
Yeah, there
did
you
a
go.
lot better last year when they fired their coach, and look at the Panthers.
Yeah.
So we know that sometimes the teachers is not teaching the right material.
Yeah.
So I think that Broncos do a lot better in this game.
All right.
AKA they'll cover.
We'll see.
I don't know about that.
Miami at New England. AFC East matchup here for this one, and still some playoff spots on the line for both teams, so big implications on this one. As mentioned before, Tua out once again on concussion protocol, and quite frankly, there wasn't even something that they found. It was something he was having symptoms, and he went to get checked on it, and that's why he got put in the protocol. I personally don't even think Tua should play the rest of the season. Sit him out. It's just some serious stuff, especially if it's the second time in 1 year. But it is still a close one. New England favored by 2.5. Rob, who are you picking on this one?
I'm like Miami's been playing so bad right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with New England.
All right. Yeah, I'm going with New England as well too. Close though. This one's going to be like one of those back and forth games. Potentially a coin flip game when you think about it. Chicken Wing.
I'm still going Miami. Fuck y'all.
Alright.
I'm throwing shit to the wall and hope it sticks.
Okay. DJ.
As it should be. As it should be.
Fuck Mike. I'm going New England.
Okay. Nori.
Also, as it should be.
Yeah, fuck Mike going to England also.
Nori, you're picking first this next one because your Giants are hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Giants, of course, are still trying to clinch that playoff spot, and this is the game at the right time to do it. So, what do you got?
Speaking of clinch, that's exactly what Giants fans do to their asshole every fucking game they watch. That's exactly what they do. I think the Giants will win, not convincingly. It'll be within 7, and they don't know how to just blow out a team and just be better. I do think this is like not as free as people think it's going to be. The Colts put up 36 uninterrupted points. Granted, they didn't win, but they put 36 uninterrupted points on the Vikings. They've been a hard out for some teams. I don't think they're as bad as their record, and I just hope the Giants come in awake, not like they played against Detroit. I think they come in with fire. I hope they win. and take care of business.
Rob, you going? I think we asked this one. Is anyone going to go with the Colts on this one?
No.
No. Yeah. And yeah, I know. The Colts put up that many points against the Vikings, but then they only put up 3 against the Chargers, and they've benched Matt Ryan here too, and Nick Foles is just not working the magic for me. So yeah, but I think the Giants will. I think you'll not be as stressed about this one, Nori. You'll be able to relax a bit.
You're funny. All right. All right.
All right.
Nori's gonna be stressed either way. So.
Yeah. New Orleans at Philadelphia. Philly favored by 6.5, and as I understand it, Jalen Hurts is still going to be out this week, right? And Uncle Rico is still starting for the Eagles. So.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah. And the Saints, of course, are coming off a win on the Browns. But is anyone picking the Saints to pull an upset here on the Eagles?
Not me.
No.
Negative.
All right.
I am not that guy.
Okay. Rob, your Bucks are hosting the Panthers, and the division is pretty much coming down to this matchup. It's one that you wish you could flex to Week 18 and let all the marbles be on it, right?
You know what? I'm actually okay with it being this weekend, so that they play their hardest, and we just pray for the best. Cause it's gonna be really It's more nerve-wracking if they go into next week and it's a must-win. Like right now, if they win, okay, great, we're good.
Yeah. Because if they win this week, they clinch the division, right?
Yeah, they win, they clinch. Whether they will lose or not, then next week it really doesn't matter. We can play third stringers all week and be all right. So okay with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the scenario. If Tampa wins, they clinch the division. If Carolina wins, they still have to win next week or have Tampa lose next week to clinch the division.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
But Carolina winning puts a lot of stress on this already mangled Tampa offense to actually put up points next week 18.
Yeah, Tom Brady's body can't handle all that stress.
Yeah.
Well, get ready to get stressed, Rob, because I'm going with the Panthers on this one. I've been very
impressed
with them this next few weeks, so I've got the Panthers beating Tampa this week in Tampa. Chicken Wing, what about you?
I believe in the creamsicles. Tom will get this one.
Okay.
Nice.
DJ.
Nice. I'm going with Carolina.
All right. And Nori.
I'm going with Carolina. They're playing really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks can't string, success together this year. They've been really off. And Carolina's, I don't think Carolina again knows how bad they are. They've been playing really, really well. So I'm going to go with them.
All right. Cleveland heading into Washington, taking on the Communists. The Commies are still themselves fighting in for a playoff spot as well. Nothing confirmed for them yet. So, but they're only favored by 2.5 on this one. Rob, where are you going with this one?
It's weird picking Washington, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Washington.
As am I. It's hard for me to have faith in a team that just lost to the Saints at home.
Yeah.
So
at home,
I'm going with Washington. Chicken Wing.
JC, you're supposed to pick for the other team. I'm supposed to pick to Washington. We need to catch up. All right.
No.
All right. Fuck you.
DJ.
Stop going to safe picks.
I'm actually going to take Cleveland.
All right.
oh, throwing shit to the wall, nice.
All right, and Nori.
That and I don't trust Carson Wentz.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, it's not prime time, so.
I think the Browns are more talented, but the Washington's just playing better right now, so I'm gonna go with them.
Right. And then there's Jacksonville at Houston. Yeah. Jacksonville's actually only favored by 4 on this one, but does anyone think Houston pulls off another upset within their own division and beats the Jags?
No. They only know how to beat the Titans. That's it.
Oh, Jesus.
They beat the Titans. That's what they're good at doing that. Outside of that,
Hold on. They beat the Jags earlier this year.
Doesn't matter. Not this.
People
Not
forget
this
that.
version.
People forget that
Not this
their
Jags
2
version.
wins are against the Jags and the Titans. So
Trevor Lawrence has arrived. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah, not this Jags team putting up 30 points a game. No, not them.
Beating Dallas, I think too, right?
Oh,
It takes no. I didn't forget about it. Nori. I don't know why
You
you.
are. You're welcome, King.
I've never done anything to you, Nori, at all. I didn't do anything to you ever.
It's unprovoked. No.
Never.
never.
Yeah, never. Absolutely not. I don't do. Stop, Mike. Don't do that. I didn't do anything. Never.
All right.
Go Jags.
And by the way, Phil, I know he would love to be on this to talk about what the hell's going on, but he's actually on a cruise right now with his wife in Europe somewhere.
Must be nice.
It must be nice, and he definitely didn't book Southwest because he's out there right now. So, by the time he gets back stateside, it'll be the middle of next week, and he's going to be gearing up, knowing that a division's on the line, and most likely that game will get moved to Sunday night or for week 18.
So we're definitely gonna have him on the show next week, right?
So we're having him on the show,
hopefully,
right?
if he's back in time, he's supposed to arrive back in the States on our recording day. So,
Bill, we got a spot for you.
yep.
Yes, we got a
Phil,
spot for you.
Got
Just
to.
saying.
And if
And then
we don't get you on that
permanently.
week, we definitely got to get you on when the season's over before we make our whole playoff predictions. Because
No, fuck that. Permanently.
okay.
We need him permanently.
Super
We
work
need
that out,
somebody
right?
to talk shit. We need
Yeah.
somebody else to talk shit to JC consistently.
We need somebody else
As
in
if
the
y'all don't do it
AFC.
enough. Jesus Christ, man.
Exactly.
We need someone in the
we-
AFC. All of us, the rest of us are in the NFC. So
Yeah,
we need
bro.
someone who
I
can
know.
shit talk to you
Does it
inside
have to
your.
be somebody in my
Exactly.
division? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does. That's perfect.
I mean, come on.
I mean, all right. It's either gonna be a Jags fan or
Or a Texans fan.
Or a Texans
Fine.
fan.
I'll take a Jags fan.
there you go.
Lesser of the two evils. All right.
Man, what if you can find a Broncos fan?
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, they should be riding somewhere, dude. Like, that's what
I,
they're
mean,
like
I
to
do
find the
know a few
Raiders
Broncos
fan.
fans, but
I like
yeah.
to find a Raiders fan just to make sure they're mentally okay every week.
No, no. Raiders fans by default are not mentally okay.
No, I've spoken to a few,
No.
and yeah, they're just
I have family that.
They agree that Josh
I'm
McDaniels is
gonna.
trash.
yeah. Well, it's kind of split. Some blame McDaniels, some blame Derek Carr. So it's one of those 50-50 things on the Raiders.
And
side
maybe
of things.
both of them go away at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes more
Derek
sense.
Carr has won a lot more games than McDaniels. So.
Yep. Speaking of the Raiders, they have the first of the Sunday late afternoon games as they host the San Francisco 49ers. Chicken Wing, it's your team. You're picking first. What do you got?
We already established this. Is anybody picking the Raiders, guys?
People that
No.
believe in Knightmare
Nori might
Scenarios
just
are
because
picking the
like he
Raiders.
can't get the pick right anyway, so he picks San Francisco, and Raiders might do it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Fucking do it, Nori.
Oh yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
picking the
point.
49ers, so the
There
Raiders
you
gonna
go.
win this week. That sucks. Sorry, Mike.
That's all right. GG's.
Yeah.
See how he purposely did it's not gonna work. See, it's just
No, I just never get it right. I never get it right. I never get the Raiders pick right. So I'll pick the 49ers because they should destroy him and watch the Raiders have a future Tom Brady on their hands. Watch.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just
Appreciate
watch
you.
what happens, dude. They make the playoffs.
Yeah,
because
but they
that is
need
the nightmare
receivers,
scenario
too.
here. Yeah. So
That'd be
that
so
is
fun.
that is the nightmare scenario.
That is true.
you know,
Oh,
should I just call out what that nightmare scenario is for the Raiders to get in? Do you guys want to know?
Oh
what it
wait,
is?
they can get in still?
They can still get in. Now, here's what basically needs to happen.
I gotta hear
They
this.
obviously have to beat San Francisco
They gotta
and
beat San
Kansas
Fran.
City.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they need the Jags to lose to the Texans.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it. Because no matter what, as long as the Jags lose to the Texans and the Raiders win out, the Raiders get in as the 7th seed.
That's what I need to see happen now.
Yeah. Because they're actually, yeah. And even
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
pretty much it,
KC
too. So, yeah. Because the Ravens are
no,
already in. The
KC's
Chargers
gonna be
already
playing
in.
hard though because they're playing for the 1 seed.
Yeah, they are, for sure. So, but
extra week of rest, man.
yeah, for sure. So, that's kind
Extra
of the
week.
scenario as it plays out right now on the nightmare side of things. So,
Craziness. Absolutely crazy.
but yeah, that being said, anybody taking the Raiders to start that nightmare scenario going?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Nah, I don't see it.
Nah,
No, I don't see it.
Yeah.
we're done.
Mm-mm. I don't see any
A
nightmares.
little bit of a hard pass there.
Yep. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. Jets at Seahawks. I don't think Mike White is playing. I don't even
Yes,
know
he is.
who is starting for the Jets.
Yes.
He's starting.
Mike
Oh,
White
he is
started.
starting?
Mike White's
Yeah.
starting.
Oh, then
Yeah,
shit.
he texted me.
Okay.
That's right.
Well,
Okay.
then, with Mike White starting, is anybody taking the Seahawks to win?
Nope.
Nope.
Nah.
Mike White the God.
No way in hell. No way in hell.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
White back under center? No way
I
in hell.
picked Mike White against the 2001 Ravens.
Oh no.
Mike.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
I don't know about all that.
No, that's
Mike,
borderline
I think
blasphemy.
Ray Lewis has something to say about that.
Ray Lewis would like to talk to you about this.
Yeah, so with Ed
Talk
Reed,
to me without,
you might
talk
wanna
to
have
me
one
without
too.
stabbing me, Ray. Can you do it? No.
I mean,
I don't have a
Boy.
response to that.
You know what? Let me check on that too, because I think so the Raiders also need the Jets to lose the rest. Lose
Yeah,
at least.
Okay, well, then they're-
just have to lose
Wait.
out. So
They have to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to lose.
Mike White's playing.
So they need the Jets to lose this week and beat Miami next week for the Raiders to get in. So
Jesus Christ, all this shit.
yeah.
this is why it's called a nightmare scenario.
Yes.
It really is. This is the
Exactly.
thing of nightmares. I don't want to see that when I go to sleep. Close my eyes and see this. And see the theater. Did you see Josh McDaniels in the playoffs? No. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That shit has got to play out. So, all right, Minnesota at Green Bay. Good old NFC North matchup. That holy cow isn't as clear cut as we thought it would be. Rob, where are you going on this one?
I'm gonna take Minnesota just because I think they can put up more points than Green Bay.
Okay.
But Green Bay looking like they want to be in the playoffs. So yeah.
I am actually going with Green Bay on this one. This is where you want it. Obviously, the last time they played was Week 1. We know how that went, but this game is in Lambeau, and the Packers have suddenly put their team together right now, and they're making a deep run. And I honestly think they're playing better football right now than Minnesota, and I think they can get this one at home. So I'm going with Green Bay to win. Chicken Wing, what about you?
I'm conflicted because fuck Aaron Rodgers. No, seriously, I'm because fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
But
That's all the more reason to pick Minnesota.
no, because if Minnesota loses, then we take number 2 seed, and I want that. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
I'm
not.
conflicted.
So
Fuck
It's not
you,
here
all right?
rooting for it. It's like, who do you think's gonna win?
no,
No.
let them take the 3 seed, or 2 seed, and then you can just take the 3 seed and play Nori. See? It all works out.
But see, you want that though. You greedy bitch.
Look, I either get to play against Nori or I get to play against DJ.
Well, then I'll play against DJ, and then do the world a favor and eliminate DJ.
Take nonsense.
Thank you. I did it last year. You can do it this year, Rob. So, I'm gonna go Packers on this one.
All right. DJ.
Way to go, cool guy. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
remember,
going.
who do we think's gonna win, not who we want to win, guys. Stay focused.
I'm going with Green Bay. I don't have any of that shit that Mike was talking about. Blah blah blah. 2 seeds and all that other bullshit. Green Bay is playing good football right now. They're making a push, and quite frankly, Minnesota's already clinched. They're not going to play as hard.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if Green Bay goes up by 30, then Minnesota will come back and probably win that game. But I don't see that happening.
I don't think so. Matt Ryan's not the quarterback for the Packers, so
Fair enough.
All right, Nori, what about you?
I'm
Shots
going with
fired.
the Vikings confidently.
All right. Last of the Sunday late afternoon games is the Battle of Los Angeles. The LA home team at the LA away team. Rams at Chargers. Sounds weird, right?
So weird.
But technically, it may be a home team for both teams. It's all in the same stadium as it is. The Chargers favored by 6.5. And I wonder how Vegas will figure this out. Is it really technically a home game? Did they give them the 3-point advantage here? Because in a way, they play in the same stadium, right? So, Rob, where are you going on this one?
I'm gonna pick the LA team.
Okay. Nice.
I'm picking
Well
the. Surprisingly, I'm picking the away team, even though the Cam Akers, Baker Mayfield led Rams put up 51 points. I don't think they do that to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, taking the away team.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers also. Maybe I can confidently ask this. Is anybody going with the Rams this week?
No.
No?
Nah.
The Rams were playing the Broncos, guys. Seriously. The Broncos quit on the team in the second quarter. I mean, seriously. The Chargers actually are in the playoffs right now, and they need to keep winning in order to stay there.
I mean,
It's kind of hilarious that Baker
Mayfield
Mayfield is doing really well with this team, though. Like, it is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I mean the Chargers are
Is it
locked though.
though? Like,
So they can lose and still be okay.
No, they're locked into 5 or 6. They're still competing with the Ravens for the 5 or 6 spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm just, that makes a whole world of difference. All right, Sunday night game, and this one was flexed actually into this slot. I want to say the Rams and Chargers was originally the Sunday night game, but this Steelers at Ravens was moved in here to the Sunday night slot this week. Ravens favored by 3 here. And as far as I know, Lamar Jackson is not playing still because his injury pretty much cost me my fantasy season at this point. But the Ravens have clinched at least a playoff spot, are still in the running for the division, but yeah, still need some help here. Rob, what do you got?
it was bit me in the butt last week for not picking the Ravens, but I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh because it seemed like they want a win. But we'll see. Bite me in the butt again.
All right. I'm going with the Ravens this one again. They beat the Steelers without Lamar Jackson. I think they can do it again, this time at home. So, Chickering, what about you?
I'm gonna go for the Ravens and have them eliminate the Steelers for good.
For good.
For good.
Does that actually clinch a losing season for the Steelers if they lose?
It is. That is their Steelers lose or the Dolphins, the Patriots.
They can still finish 9-8, I think.
Yeah.
Or excuse me. Yeah, no, you're right.
No, yeah, if they
Losing
lose, it's a
season.
losing season. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 9.
All right, DJ?
Craziness.
I am going with the Ravens. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens.
All right. And Nori.
I'm definitely going with the Ravens. Steelers don't impress me.
Okay. And finally, the Monday night game, arguably the game of the week, and thank God it's on Monday. ESPN. The ESPN is putting this game on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and ABC. This is basically across the whole family of networks that they got. Buffalo at Cincinnati. Both teams, of course, have clinched playoff spots. Cincinnati still hasn't clinched their division. I believe they could do it with a win here, but they're also still in the running for the number 1 seed, and a win over the Bills gives them a tiebreaker over the Bills and the Chiefs, having beaten both of them head-to-head. So this is a very important one for the Bengals here. Rob, where are you going with this one?
I'm going with Buffalo's defense to hopefully stifle the Cincinnati offense. So Buffalo.
All right. I've got Cincinnati on this one. The Bengals right now are just probably one of the hottest teams in the league right now, and I like the way their defense stifled the Chiefs. I think they can do the same to the Bills. So, Chicken Wing, what about you?
Stop taking my picks, JC. You're gonna lose this year. I'm going for Cincy. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you.
I hope JC takes the exact same picks as Mike. Just that way he secures victory.
All right, TJ.
I am actually going with Buffalo on this one.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
So 2-2 here. Nori, what do you got?
I love the Bills, but the Bengals are fucking hot right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna go with them.
All right. And those are our picks for Week 17. Last Thursday night game of the year. Last 2022 NFL game, and then the first games of 2023 for the NFL season. So, and there's still one more week after that. So this is the week where we try and figure out who clinches what, who's in, what are they going to flex, and especially for everyone in the fantasy playoffs right now, this is the most important week of the season, right? Especially if you're playing for a championship. So that being said, as I mentioned from the top of the podcast, Nori and DJ are playing for the championship, and this one is still very close projection-wise. Literal 50-50 chance to win by projections. DJ's only favored by 0.27 points. So,
But he is favored.
I figured I would give this an opportunity for Nori and DJ to talk shit to each other with the championship on the line here. So, and for those wondering, yes, the payout is $150 for first place, and second place I believe is $75. So, I have to double check that, 70 or 65. But
I feel like DJ could use the money because do you know how much like memorabilia you could buy from the '90s Cowboys with that? Like back when they were like useful and they were like a good franchise and respectable. I don't know. I'd like to see him have that. You know, DJ to me is a winner. I like him.
okay.
Well, thank you very much, Noreen. You're absolutely right. I can get quite a few pieces of memorabilia from the '90s Cowboys Super Bowl runs. I already own a lot of it, so I wouldn't need to buy much more. But I understand your point. You know, I could go into this whole long, diatribe about the Giants and how they can't beat the Cowboys anymore, and it's no point to just watch the games because we know the Cowboys are going to win. But I'm not going to do that.
Wow, what did I do to you? Wow.
I'm not going to do that.
Wow.
I said I could, Nori. I didn't do it. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to say is, may the best man win.
Man, this is the most pathetic.
Yeah.
Leaving
Hey
it
Rob,
there.
you have to be in the championship to criticize us. You don't even want to play in the league, sir.
Yeah, you don't have a say.
So yeah, you want some shit talk? There it is.
See, that's how you do it, dumbasses.
Asshole.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun weekend, so I'm definitely.
I love
interested to see
DJ. I
what
can't
plays
talk
out.
my shit to him. Like I'm just
You
so
can.
happy. I'm so happy that the right Edwards is in the championship. Like this is so beautiful. Like this is like Christmas really did come. Like Mike's not gonna win either league. I'm just so happy and full of bliss and joy that I have no hatred in my heart. I really don't. I'm out. I'm tapped out.
You know, you're right.
Merry
Mike's not
Christmas,
winning
Norm.
the league.
Merry
So
Christmas.
Either one. Like my hatred
See,
is like gone. Like I've done my heroic thing for the year. Like me and DJ, we saved us. We saved America.
We've already won the championship because Mike's not winning anything. We're
Right.
already done here. This game is kind of a
that's the shit
consolation.
talk you don't want to hear.
We've
Come
already
on.
done what we need to do. We've already done it. We took care of it. Mike's not winning shit, which is
Like,
the
we
best
saved America.
present anyone could ever get.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you know what, Nori? We saved the world.
We
Is what
did.
we did. Not just
We're
America.
heroes.
The whole world.
I can't be mad. Like, when Superman and Batman fight, it's a joke. Like, they're buddies, Like, I can't fight my buddy. Like,
Yeah,
Rob
exactly.
was too much of a chickish to even join. So it's like, whatever.
See, this is the shit talk I was expecting. Whatever. Whatever that stuff was at the beginning. That wasn't it.
Looking forward to it. It should see how much of us can be able to get up and watch football the next day too, of course, with everything. So, but yeah, next week we'll be recapping how we did Week 17, make some Week 18 predictions, and of course, with it being the final week, all we're going to be doing is picking who we have in the playoffs, and that's going to kind of leave everyone guessing as to what it's going to be for the final week of the season. So, and yeah, another NFL season here. Also, finally, this weekend kicks off on Saturday the college football playoff. Number 4, Ohio State taking on number 1, Georgia. And, of course, number 3, TCU taking on number 2, Michigan. I think Georgia, and I am rooting for TCU. But if I'm putting money, I'm betting on Michigan. But in my heart, I'm cheering for TCU. And I'm going to make a bold statement and say this. I think whoever wins Michigan and TCU is going to win the national championship. So that's where I'm going with this one. Yeah. So
Bold picks.
yeah, I think everyone here is picking Georgia to beat Ohio State. I'd be shocked if the Buckeyes pull the playoff. Pull the upset here.
How bad it has to be, or I'm rooting for Georgia because I can't stand Ohio State. Gross. Like, ugh. But I dislike them, but I hate Ohio State.
Who do you guys have coming out of Michigan and TCU?
Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah. You know, I'm actually going to pick TCU.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
Yep. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast. Hope everyone has a safe new year, and hopefully my Titans can just give me some bragging rights for the next 4 years.
Tighten up!
Tighten up. Let's do it. I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Please, dear God, give me some bragging rights over my wife for 4 years. I could appreciate it. Joining me, as always, are...
The Prophet, Chicken Wing. Jimmy G will still take us to the promised land.
Who let this guy in?
Wasn't a profit this year because you didn't win the Pick'em League. This is Nori, your hero, your soon-to-be champion of one of the fantasy leagues. And, yeah, DJ, love you. May the best man win.
That's crazy. This is Rob, again, the Grinch that stole the playoffs. And, yeah, living life. Have a good night, guys.
So not the Grinch that stole the Titans win? Not that Grinch? There's a different one?
Stole the playoffs because they're not even making the playoffs. I love you, JC.
That makes me happy in the pants.
Go Panthers.
Yes. This is...
That's fine.
Oh God, this is DJ, Cowboys fan. This is wonderful. I'm having such a great time here. Yes, I love you too, Nori. Championship is going to be great. Unfortunately, I'm going to be winning it, not you, but it still will be great.
I just want DJ
Tighten up,
to
everybody.
multitask
Tighten
a little
up.
better, because if DJ could clearly put all of his time and energy into the fantasy football and not doing the Pick'em League, because my God. My God. But I love you, King.
All my focus was on one area.
I see that, my friend. I see that.
That's funny.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. Have a safe new year, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at SportsMinorPod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
For the
Try not
record, I did a playoff machine. I have the Titans getting in at 8-9 and the Panthers getting in at 8-9, which would be the first time in NFL history you have two teams with a losing record in the playoffs. So, but yeah, there's also a scenario where the Jags get in at 8-9 as well as the Titans winning the division. So, yeah.
You know, I just realized it's fucking amazing to me. Chip Kelly lasted longer than Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, you know, I get it why they fired him so early, because you have a fucking Ferrari and then you have no driver. Like, Denver was ready to go.
You thought you had a driver.
Ownership saw. Okay, so I have players fighting one another on the sidelines. I have a defense that's actually good, but they're not playing defense. I wonder why they're not playing defense. Well, let's get rid of the head coach. We'll start there.
Yeah.
Even though we know one of the biggest issues is Broncos country, let's ride after every fucking loss. That's one of the biggest issues.
And you
Hey
can't
man,
even-
you know what? That's a motivator. Okay, that gets you going in
Knock
the
it off.
morning, bro.
Knock
All
it
Knock
right.
it
Very
off,
much.
boy. Don't even like no.
And you can't even
Like,
say let's ride.
you
to
can't
good
even
draft
say that
cap-
with a straight face.
You can't even say.
I sure as
let-
shit can. Fuck you.
Let's,
I wake
you
up
can't
every
say,
morning.
let's ride to good draft
Let's
capital
ride.
because they gave that away too.